Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat
Now
shalom.
we're at the part of our service where we discuss the message, what we've heard, and it's not an easy message. It's not easy to be a follower of the Torah, the written Torah of Moses, to be a follower of our prophets, our Yeshua, um, and and our own Rabbi, who really, uh, how can I say, they they swam against the tide of the day. And it's not an easy thing to do. And it's even harder as we're living in the diaspora where we're hoping to live. We like to live comfortable lives, easy lives. We don't like to suffer. But we're constantly being bombarded with choices that we have to make. Do we do this? Do we do that? Do we celebrate this? Do we celebrate that? And um, and sometimes we compromise. We compromise with our families, with our friends, because we don't want to get into fights. But there is such a thing as ultimate truth. For those who read the Torah, we know that there is only one ultimate truth and one ultimate giver of truth. Our lives are not black and white. We have room within that ultimate truth to navigate, but we still have to make hard choices. And and one of them at this time of year is, do we celebrate Christmas? Do we celebrate Hanukkah? And the story of Joseph is a perfect picture of the story of Yeshua. It's like it's one almost mirrors the other. So there's a lot that we can learn from this message. Miriam, you're the only one who will speak, because all my other people who speak have deserted me, and who would speak cannot speak in English. So you're it.
I'm it. Here I go.
There you
First
go.
of all, thank you. It was a wonderful message. As usual, you're able to be, I find your message is very clear, and that's really helpful. Just wanted to ask you, because I read the book of Maccabees and the Apocrypha yeah, years ago.
Yeah,
So I don't remember, I don't think it said anything about the fact that the temple had been desecrated and they couldn't celebrate Sukkot. So Hanukkah, when they rededicate after the Maccabees
it doesn't spell it
what
out.
reestablished anyway, rededicated the temple. The 8 days was really a celebration of Sukkot. So which, but I don't think it says that in the book of
No, it
Maccabees.
doesn't spell it out, but it infers it, because what was the temple was for the festivals, for Shabbat and all the festivals.
Right, right,
That's what people did. So you would ask, why would they choose 8 days? Because you can't find anywhere about oil. That's not written in the
yeah,
story.
yeah. No, that's that I
Yeah.
realize.
So then you have to
Yeah,
surmise. It's just like there's a lot of things in the Torah that aren't written, but you surmise it because of, like, Cindy was asking me about uh, Benjamin. It's as if Benjamin was a little boy, but Benjamin had 10 sons by the time he was brought
right.
to
Okay.
Egypt.
Yeah, it's true. Eh?
Yeah. So we have to not every Hebrew gives us pictures, and within a picture you see a lot of things. You have different people look at the same picture, and they'll get a lot of information, different information from a picture. Hebrew,
Yeah. Okay. No, I see that. Although it's more than just a picture because it can't be like, a Rorschach test where you show somebody one thing and almost anything's okay. The picture has limits too because
exactly.
the fact with the temple and the what did they celebrate? Obviously, Sukkot was 8 days.
Exactly.
So it's more than it's a logical assessment of the picture. It's not just whatever I see. I
Exactly.
know you're not saying that, but I'm saying it's not that. It's not up for limitless interpretation.
No, no. But
You
you
know.
step back and you think about it, and that's the only thing that it could really be.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
it's it's um a well-informed assessment of what
Yeah.
you see.
Yes.
Only because it's so new agey to say, oh, I see this, I see that, I see,
I see what you're
you
saying.
know, a turtle, something on the back of a turtle. What's that? The uh, Hindu interpret? I don't know. The
Oh,
creation
no,
of the world,
it's
something a turtle. Or well, I don't know. Anyway,
it's Cree. It's Cree where the
oh
world
yeah, you were saying something about
settled
the
on the tortoise shell. Yeah.
right, right. But I mean, those are also lovely pictures. But anyway, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What would I liked, you know, when you talk about ultimately the final kingdom won't be a religion,
Right.
you know, it will be God Himself, which is such a beautiful thing. Just the creator was
Yeah.
really what we worship now is the creator. There's
Yeah.
only one creator.
Democracy and communism and socialism and all the other isms are man-made.
Yeah,
God God didn't want us to have a king. We wanted a king. We
right.
want to be like nations.
Although all we can do now is choose the best. Like, you know, remember what Jacqueline was saying yesterday about defending even a criminal?
Right? They have
Because you can't see in a non-democracy, what happens is people who aren't criminal aren't given trials. There's no legal process, there's no
yes,
justice.
in a
So
theocracy there is.
yeah, but that's a good thing.
Yeah,
And even if somebody murders somebody and you know they've done it, they have the right to go through the legal process.
exactly. And the Torah speaks about that. The Torah is also a legal document,
Yeah.
as the
So
rule.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
all I'm saying in response, because we haven't, you know, the world generally, not individuals, does not have God as their ruler or their king, we
yes,
have to choose what's best. And
yes,
it's better to be in a true democracy, not a place that calls itself a democracy, a
right,
true democracy than a dictatorship, because they don't have God as their dictator. They have a despot, whatever.
right.
But that's the way the world is now. It's
Yeah,
sad, but
yeah,
even democracies, so-called democracies, are now not even democracies.
right.
You know, like um, who knows how long it's going to be before or even started already. If you teach, for example, transgender ideologies in the classroom, if you disagree with it, you could get in trouble.
Well, that's one of the things that the president wants to change immediately.
Thank God.
Yeah, really, but that thank God. And I was excited. The more I listened to the things that he wants to change, I said, "Thank you, God, that's great." And then I remembered, well, he's still believing in another God.
Yeah, right.
This is not the ultimate last kingdom because the last kingdom will be God's kingdom.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And we would like to live in that now because we are living in it.
In
And
our own families, our own circle, our own life, we do live that, but we can't publicly. We're not living in a society that's like that.
exactly. So it poses a challenge for all of us. We don't want to fight with our families, but we want to be a light to them.
Yeah, it's a juggling act
It is.
to like when I went to my brother's, we lit the menorah. That was anyway, we lit the menorah, but also there was a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Well, this year there wasn't a Christmas tree at my brother. They don't really celebrate anything except they have the turkey and the stuffing, which I'm very happy about. I love it. And the gathering together is wonderful,
Yeah,
you know. But we were really called to gather together every Shabbat. Once
yeah.
a week, bring your families together, have Shabbat dinner together. That's a wonderful thing. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Richard. Richard's texting about the 51st date with Trudeau.
I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind either. But to tell you the truth, I don't know. I really don't know. I say I wouldn't mind,
Yeah, I say that too, but I
but I'm
don't.
not so sure.
Right, right, right.
Anyway, there's no perfect system on this planet yet. So we're waiting and we're longing. Those of us who read the Torah and read the prophets know it's coming. We're longing for the coming of God's kingdom on this earth. And at the same time, part of me is saying, let it be in the next generation because we know the great suffering that has to come before it.
Yeah,
Look in the life of Joseph. Look what he had to go through. His pride had to be broken because he was an arrogant little sod. you know, when he was a kid growing up, and he was spoiled by his father. Spoiled. And you mean, you read some of these things in the Torah, and they're almost funny to read, because you say the Torah doesn't hide our human frailties, our human faults, and thank God for that, because we can then learn to accept our own faults.
Right.
The Torah doesn't make heroes out of people. We can learn from them. So here, Joseph, sold, thrown into a pit, sold into Egypt, goes to work under a prefect of one of the prefects of the Pharaoh, gets accused of something that he would never do, is thrown into a prison where he's there for 2 years. It didn't happen overnight. This was a long period of time. And that is a humbling process. And we need that in our lives. Every time I get hit with something, it's usually after I'm feeling really good about myself. I'm feeling really proud about what I'm doing. And then boom, something hits me and I'm humbled. And I have to remember that the one who is protecting me, who's taking care of me, who is guiding me, who is providing me with absolutely everything I need, is the Borei Olam. And that allows, believe it or not, it's through the humility that light can shine more, never through the arrogance. The arrogance puts on a mask, where we masquerade religion. We come across as being, look how great I am. I tithe more than you, and I have all these things that I'm doing for God. You know, we have to be so careful not to do that. It's easy to do. Anything else? Anybody have any questions about anything?
Who's user there?
I think that's Sarai.
Oh.
Sarai. All right. Well, if we don't have anything else to say, I know it's difficult because we have so many languages that we have to deal with here. But anyway, on that note, we can
Ronda.
Hi.
so we can say Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
But
Have
shalom.
the holidays. Enjoy Hanukkah. Don't eat too much.
Sí, todo.
Hanukkah Aksamia. Aksamia.
Hanukkah Sameach.
Aksamia Hanukkah.
So
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
we'll see you
Chame.
again in the Roman
Un abrazo.
Abrazo.
Abrazo, yeah.
Yeah, see you. Well, actually, we'll see you on Brian's birthday. The
Oh,
January is
January
Brian,
1st.
when we celebrate Hanukkah at 4 o'clock on Zoom. So I'll be
Yeah.
sending everybody. It'll be the same link as for Shabbat. So it'll be easy. So we'll see you then, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you all.
thank you, you too. Bye bye,
Bye.
everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.